Hey everybody, this is Tight Stops again. Just wanted to bring another video to you all. I have Mike here with me. He is going to be asking some questions as we kind of go along. In today's topic, we're going to basically just talk about my day trading strategy, intraday trading, using my EMA cloud system, VWAP, and along with the strat. So let's just kind of jump right into it. And Mike, what? Go ahead and start with your first question, and I'm just going to make the screen bigger for here for everybody. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Yeah, and so the first thing I'll talk about, because people will always ask me if I have intra or pre-market on. The answer to that question is an absolute yes. One thing I want to know in the pre-market, and we're going to use today's Ford for example. Everybody knows it ran today. There's levels in the pre-market that I want to know about. So I just want to address that to start off with. My first my first rules of trading intraday, and especially if you're going to trade the open, and to new traders, you might want to wait 20, 30 minutes and then kind of get a feel for the market. But I've been trading for a long time, and I do trade the open. So my first rule of any of this strategy is the first candle of the day has to open and close. I will not buy, sell, short anything on that first candle. The second candle, and my purple line is VWAP. My green cloud is the Ripster EMA cloud. I got to give credit to Ripster for the cloud system. And then the blue cloud is the secondary support. We'll talk about that in another video, especially on swing trading. So as we can see here at the open, we had a 2 candle per the strat. We had another 2 up candle. So on the strat entry, in my rule, as long as this candle is above VWAP and it breaks the previous candle's high, I enter right there at the top of this 2. If everybody can see my pencil. So, and then my stop, and this can vary depending on how big the option contracts are. If you're talking about Teslas or Googles or Amazons, your stop can't be so far. But my stop would be right here at the opening of the day, down here at the bottom of this 2. Just got to give myself some room, got to give it some time to play out. And then my strategy is a 3-minute chart at the open, which I want to see what they're doing early. I want to see what the volume's coming in. Ford had some crazy volume at the open. It was a great sign. So we enter here. We keep going up here. It comes in. We come back here and retest VWAP. Now I told you at the beginning my stop was down here, and this is a smaller contract, so I can give it some room. So basically, it came back here, tested VWAP, still inside the cloud. It wouldn't have scared me out of this trade whatsoever. And depending on your strategy, some people want to scalp 20, 30, 40, 50%. And some people want to, hit some home runs. And for new traders, I don't suggest you try to hit home runs. You take your money and you get out and just find another day or another trade to go in. So basically, Ford came up here. It just hung around VWAP. This is where if you took multiple contracts, which is what I do, I probably would have scaled out right here. In full disclosure, I did not take Ford this morning, but this is a chance to scale out, take your profits, and then maybe leave a few contracts to run, and exactly what it did. The other thing I would do is after I'm in the money some and I'm trying to hit a good pay is I'm going to switch from the 3-minute to the 10-minute chart because I want to see a bigger picture and a bigger time frame. And as you can see, yeah, once I'm up about 30%, I'll switch to the 10. And that depends on your strategy too. If you're scalping and you're just trying to make a little bit, like and that's what will have to be a time for another discussion on the what strategy we're going to use intraday. But on something like Ford, the contracts are less expensive and we can take some more risk on them, especially with a smaller account. And so this is just a no-brainer on Ford. You just collect your winnings following the cloud system all the way to the end of the day, and then as an intraday trader, I'm cashing out at the end of the day. I'm not holding, and small accounts, new traders. It's just something I don't recommend doing because who knows what can happen over the weekend, especially, and you can blow up a lot of money over the weekend and lose all your profits. So that's just something that I teach all my new traders. So that's just kind of the basics of my intraday trading strategy. And Ford is a really easy example. Mike, go ahead with any questions, and then I'm going to switch to a different ticker. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if I'm on the 10 and I start losing my 512 cloud and I start getting below, like right here, this probably could have scared some people out. And to be honest, I would have been in this for so long, I would have just been like, screw it, I'm out. And then it did take off at the end of the day, but we don't know. We just don't know, and that's why I love using the cloud system because it's a visual aid to keep you in a trade and not. A lot of new traders cut out too early. I mean, that's just the truth of it, and a lot of new traders stay in too long. So the rule is we're above VWAP, we're riding the cloud, no reason to get out except right here. And that's kind of and everybody probably watching is probably going, yeah, that's simple Ford. Yeah, I get that. And so I'll switch to another example here. Something that kind of chopped around today. Let's see. So United Airlines, basically, you had two scenarios pop up here. At the open, you could have shorted this. The first candle closes below VWAP. Your entry's right here at the first candle, short. You come down. It starts to, get kind of funny here and just kind of go sideways. And that's the time as a new trader you don't want to fight it anymore. You just kind of want to take some of your profits and move on to another trade. And then you have another entry. The rule is this candle has to close. It went above VWAP, but we don't enter just because it goes above VWAP. We want to see what this candle's doing. And I'm sorry, I should have switched to the 3-minute. Correct. It's got to close. Correct. Yeah, there's no way I'm taking a signal. And sorry, I didn't switch to the 3-minute. So the 3-minute's a little more clear here on the and this is where you could have got in some trouble depending on where your stop is. Entry's right here, but then it comes back in and then you got an inside candle. But we're still below the cloud. It tests the VWAP. It's a smaller contract, so we could have set our stop right here and we would have been just fine to hold this down until we got this big 2-up candle, which came up through. Depending on your strategy, you could have just scalped it there, cut your loss, or cut for a nice little gain here, and moved on to another play, or look for the reversal, which actually you would have got stopped out right here. So, and that's just the name of the game. And then you got, you know, sideways action. It went back down below VWAP. And my strategy is if I'm getting in something I'm trying to get in the morning, first thing in the morning, and I'm trying to ride a bigger play, and then around lunchtime, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock my time, which is 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock Eastern time, you just start getting your sideways action. And it's just time to go get on the treadmill or, you know, do some other things. Well, you want to see what the volume was the day before. And United Airlines had lower volume today than it did at the open yesterday. But if you've got something on your watch list, and that's the other thing we'll talk about watch list in another video, you know, you can't be watching 50 stocks. You know, you got to find something you like in the morning. And I just pulled up United Airlines and I kind of threw that out there. I didn't have any rhyme or reason why I picked that, but you pay attention to your volume, see if it's still coming in high, 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 and then down here you got some, you know, your consolidation with the lower volume here, a big red candle, and then more consolidation, which is just a sideways chop. Basically what United Airlines did for the rest of the morning into lunch, and then this afternoon, it just really didn't do much. It was a shit stock to trade this morning. So do you have another example you want me to run through of another stock? Let's look at Dash. So this is another reason, you know, new traders, you want to kind of wait the morning out and wait till, like I said, 20, 30 minutes into the action. Because if as me, I do take stuff at the open after the first 3-minute candle above VWAP. Actually, this candle came and closed above VWAP, but there is no entry here. So yeah, this wouldn't have never even, I would have never taken this trade because I didn't close above my candle that closed above VWAP. And that's just, it's a simple rule, and it keeps you out of so many bad decisions. Because it gave time for this candle to show its cards, and it's above VWAP, so there's no long entry. So this candle closes below VWAP, and you can take it short right here. This one. Oh yeah, it's a hammer. Yeah, because you would have had a 2-1-2 if right here. So you would have made but here's the thing that I would have taken this candle into account. This long candle is your target for if it's gonna go. And we didn't have any sign that this thing was gonna run. And so you do have to take some other considerations into effect, but yeah, because that's just a huge 3-minute candle, and I need to see some more confirmation if Dash is going to be going. Yep. Let's see. Make sure I'm still on the 3. So Microsoft, first candle, second candle comes in, it does close above. Remember, we don't take a move until a candle closes above VWAP. So the rule is this first candle has to open. I'm not taking anything entry at open. No way, no how. second candle has to close above VWAP, which it did technically, but see my entry candle never came until right here. I would have taken this entry right here and I would have let this play out, put my stop a little below VWAP, and I would have got stopped out here at the open. And then, but you live to fight another. But that's the thing with the strat. You know, there can always be another entry, and right here, this candle closes above, and we get a strat entry, a 3-1-2 entry right here. So we enter on the 1, and then we just ride this out. And once we're in the profit, we switch to the 10-minute, and make sure. Here we go, 10-minute. We had a 2-1-2 come in. Depending on my strategy that morning, you know, I personally would have been I buy multiple contracts when I go in. I see a 2-1-2 reversal. I would have taken some out, and then once it closed down below here, below VWAP, I would have taken the rest of my contracts. I would have sold the rest of my contracts and been done with it. Yeah, either under VWAP or just below the green cloud. And it depends on the cost of the contract too, again. And also your account size. Once again, if this is Tesla or Google, your stops are going to be tighter. You know, and for people, once again, if you're playing the big contracts with a small account, you know, good luck to you. It's just not something you should be doing. So that's my basic day trade strategy. Yeah, there's a lot more in depth to go into. We're talking about the 21 EMA because you can use that as a secondary support. But it depended on your strategy. Like if you're trying to rip this thing, like I said, for a big gain. But the problem is once you start going below VWAP, I mean, the algorithms in the background, that's what they're looking for. I mean, that's the smart money, the big money. You know, they're looking to either short something below VWAP or wait for something to test it and get above, and then the algorithms will kick on. So you just got to keep that other stuff in the back of your mind, and you also have to watch your futures when you're in, like Microsoft. You got to be watching the Qs, and the Qs were a shit show this morning, and you know, Microsoft did kind of outperform it early on a little bit, but once you started seeing the Qs come down below VWAP this morning, there's a good chance that your anything related to the Qs was not going to be doing very well, unless it's Apple. And I don't think Apple did that great this morning until this afternoon, did it? Let's see. Yeah, Apple did. Yeah, I mean, late morning, a couple hours after the open, it took off. So it kind of did what the Qs did right here. If you look back at the Qs around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock is when they both started taking off. So yeah, and that's another thing, you know, a long time in hanging out with Ripster, you know, the futures are something that he preaches. You got to have them on your screen at all times. And the VIX is another one that's going to be usually a tall tale sign of how the market's going to go. The VIX is going up this morning, and then it comes in this afternoon, and that's when the Qs took off, and also your Microsofts and your Apples took off. I mean, I hope that it kind of explains the basics of the day trading strategy. And anybody, you know, watching the video, I'll be releasing a ton more videos. Also, join our Discord. You know, we will be going live every morning, and I'll be trading live. I mean, there'll be no secrets. I won't be putting out. I mean, I'll put out watch lists in the evenings and stuff like that, but you know, it's time. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and you know, teach people actually how to trade in a strategy that works. Mike, do you have any other questions? All right. Well, thanks again, guys. Thank you, Mike, and I'll see you all in the next video.